I'm Mitch Durfee, and thanks for signing up for the Easy Home Buying Seminar, where I'll break down the step-by-step process to buying your next home. My goal is to break down systematically every step that you need in order to purchase your next home. I want to encourage you to stay until the very end, so in order to do that, I'm going to give you a copy of my #1 national best-selling book, Serve to Win. My guess is you've probably heard some of this information before and you never really took the steps needed in order to purchase your home. Well, it's not your fault. There's a lot of information out there and there's a lot of resources that are going to steer you in the wrong way. This webinar is designed to help make you confident in your resources and tools to be successful in purchasing your next home. So who am I and why should you listen to me? Well, while I was deployed in the Army right out of high school, I asked my dad to mail me real estate catalogs. So as you can probably tell, I've been passionate about real estate for a long time now. Now, why that's important to you? I've been able to look at thousands and thousands of homes, and I've been studying real estate for over 12 years now. Not only do I study real estate, I'm also investing in real estate. Now, on average, I'm typically buying a new home every 90 days. And just like everyone, I can tell you this, I've done a lot of things right, but I've also done a lot of things wrong. Now, after doing this for over 10 years, I've discovered three things. Most people have no idea where to start, or they're too embarrassed to even ask the questions to get the answers. Well, what if I can't buy a home now? What if I'm not approved for financing? What if something goes wrong after I put an offer in on the home? Well, I discovered all these things the hard way. You get to cheat and do it the easy way. You want to do it the hard way? Reaching out to all your friends, not experts, asking questions and never getting answers, spending hours researching all the information you need to be able to get into a home? Or do you want the easy way? Now, in the past 2 years, I've been able to purchase $2.3 million in real estate, and I really had no clue what I was doing 10 years ago. Before I go too far, I want to make sure you guys understand these results are not typical. Obviously, not everyone will be able to purchase $2.3 million in real estate in under 24 months. But the truth is, 90% of you don't even want to. So, why do I tell you this? Well, I want to make sure that you understand that you're in good hands when it comes to purchasing your next home. Along the way, I've discovered three things when it comes to buying your next home. Getting pre-approved is the first thing and it's critical with the whole process. Second step, you gotta find a realtor that you can trust. And thirdly, you're gonna want to break down the cost step by step so you know what you're spending with the purchase. Secret #1, getting pre-approved. Look, stop shopping for homes if you don't have the money to buy it. Here's the thing, if you're looking at a house and someone else comes along and they're a pre-approved buyer, it's likely that they're going to be able to get their offer in faster than you will, and you're not going to be able to purchase your dream home, leaving you shopping for your home for more months to come. I want to tell you a quick story about a buyer that wasn't pre-approved and a buyer that was pre-approved. When a new house comes on the market, there's a lot of excitement, so you have to be able to act quickly. We weren't the first ones to put the call in for a showing, but we were the first buyers that were actually pre-approved. The reason this is important is because when we went to put our offer in for the home and the other buyers were still fighting with the bank to get pre-approved, our offer was accepted. I'm sure you can probably imagine the other buyers weren't too happy when they found out that their dream house went under contract while they were still trying to get pre-approved. You're probably wondering, okay, so how do I get pre-approved? Well, this is one of the first reasons why you should be working with a realtor. Realtors have already pre-screened and built relationships with a ton of local lenders. There's so many options when it comes to financing your first home. So, making sure that you have a strong lender in your corner and a strong realtor to go to bat and locate these lenders is extremely important to you. Which brings me to secret #2, working with a realtor. Before I go too far, I want to mention that 100% of my clients choose buyer agency. There's a couple of reasons why they choose me to represent them in their transactions. #1 is because that when you're working with a realtor, 99% of the time on the buyer side, there's almost no cost to you. The reason for this is people that are selling their home have already agreed to pay the buyer's commission. This is great for you because you get representation for no cost. Now, I don't know about you, but if I had someone that was an expert in the industry representing me for free, I wouldn't pass on that. Especially when my team and I are able to save our buyers' clients over $5,000 above other agents. We're able to do this through our master skills at negotiating. And when you choose us to be your buyer's agent, we go to bat for you. I always like to show this slide real quick because Chris was a buyer and his top offer was $120K. But because we went to bat for him, we were able to pick the house up for him at $101,000. In conversations with Chris, he told us his dream price would be to pick it up for $100,000. He never thought he'd actually get it for $100,000, but through our skills in negotiation and bringing everything to the table and presenting it to the sellers, they accepted the offer at $101,000. I think you're beginning to see how working with a realtor can save you thousands of dollars when it comes to talking over your offer with an expert in the industry. Secret number 3, what does it all cost? A lot of buyers usually get lost when it comes down to all the costs that are involved in purchasing the home. So I'm going to break it down for you. All right, so you ready? Look, a lot of buyers that work with me pay 0% out of pocket to their agent. Also, the second part, pre-approval process, is completely free. After you put an offer in on a home, is the first time you're going to come out of pocket. The home inspection process usually costs around $350 to $500 depending on the size of the home. Also, if you're tight on funds, you can typically wrap the closing costs into the loan. One other expense when you put the house under contract is the earnest money deposit. The earnest money deposit just says, with good faith, that you're interested in purchasing the home. This is typically around 1% of the purchase price. You'll also have an attorney fee to cover all your closing documents. The attorney is the one that's going to double check all the work to make sure that everything is in order so that everything transfers into your name at the closing table. Let's go over the home buying process real quick. First thing you're going to do, you're going to find a realtor that's going to represent you. Then we're going to get you pre-approved for a home. We'll start the shopping process, and when we find the dream home, we're going to put an offer in, the contract. We're also going to include the earnest money deposit, and we'll send that over to the seller's agent. Once the offer is accepted, we'll go into the home inspection process, where we're going to find the best home inspector that's going to look over your home from top to bottom to make sure everything in there is fine. After that, we're going to send it over to the appraisal, where the bank's going to double check our work to make sure that we're not overpaying for a home. After the appraisal process, we'll go to the closing table, where everything will transfer over to your name and you'll own your own home. Sound simple? Well, it is if you have someone representing you the whole way. I know I've covered a lot of things, but wouldn't you agree it's been time well spent? I wish I could cover everything you needed to know about buying a home, but the truth is, I wouldn't ever be able to do that in a quick webinar, even if we had all day. So I created a special offer exclusively for you for sticking to the very end, and it's going to cover everything you need in order for you to get into your home. So, in this special offer, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get a realtor that's going to go to bat for you. You're going to get someone that's going to hold your hand during the pre-approval process to make sure that you get the best rates possible. You're also going to get a team of experts to guide you through the entire purchase process. And if you follow all these steps, you're going to get your next home. Now that sounds good, right? But before I tell you too much about the special offer, I want to tell you about who this has worked for. This is worked for first-time home buyers and property investors. And here's what my clients have to say about me. I'll leave the slide up so you can read it over. Okay, back to the special offer. Look, I had two choices. My first option was to move as quickly as possible and try to sell as many homes as possible, but the truth is, it didn't feel right. So I came up with a second option, which required a little bit more of an investment on my time, but in exchange, I can devote more of my resources to guarantee your success when it comes to buying your next home. And here's what another client had to say about working with me and my team. Now, of course, it's your choice who you want to work with when it comes to representing you to buy your next home. You'll get lenders, you'll get closing attorneys, you'll get home inspectors, and you'll get a good realtor. And here's what you're going to get if you choose to work with me. You're going to get the best lenders, the best closing attorneys, the best home inspectors, and the greatest team of realtors. You're also going to get the best selling book serve to win. Just cover the shipping and handling and it's all yours. So I got to ask, and you got to be thinking, what if all this did was get the ball rolling for you? What would that be worth? And what if this answered all your real estate questions and allowed you to get into your dream home? How much would that be worth to you? The real question is, what's your time worth? How much would you pay to get a team of experts in your corner and a professional local realtor to navigate the entire buying process? Especially if it meant saving thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours when it comes time to buy your next home. You can see why others are saying, "Oh my God, I can't thank Mitch Durfee enough." You can see why this is a good deal at $9,700. But because you're special and you stuck around to the very end, I got an exclusive deal for you. If you fill out the information below, you can get started now for free. Now you have two choices. First option, do nothing, not take the leap of faith, and not be able to purchase your next home, never get started, and wait another year. Or the second option, pony up the small investment of time, compared to all the value you're going to get in return, and find a way to get into your next home. Look, if it works, great. If not, it costs you nothing. You'll be more prepared for when you are ready to buy a home. Guarantees make everything better. Look, I'm going to give you a 30-day guarantee. If you sign up today and you don't like me or the agent for any reason, I don't care if it's 29 days and 23 hours later, I'm going to put you in touch with an agent that's going to represent you to your best ability. You just let me know and we'll fire the agent and we'll put you in touch with someone that can represent you to the best ability. So, the only question left is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? What if it does only the things I claimed today in the webinar? You could own your own home. Look, click below, get started today, and we'll get you set up. Look, it's completely free. I'm here to help you. Let's go over again what you're going to get. You're going to get the best lenders, the best closing attorneys, the best home inspectors, the greatest team of realtors, and my best selling book. You're going to get all of this 100% for free. If you haven't signed up already, my guess is it's probably one of three reasons. One reason, you're afraid of not being pre-approved. So, what's the problem with that? You're not pre-approved. Okay, well then you can't purchase your home until another year or so. But what if you were able to figure out what was wrong with your credit so that you weren't pre-approved, so that 12 months from now we could get everything in order? A lot of the lenders that I work with will help you get on track so that we can get your credit back in order to find out whether or not you can be successful in purchasing your home sooner than later. Reason number two, you don't have the finances in place. Well, listen, I already went over a few different options to get you into a home for 0 to 3.5% or even 5% down. There's a lot of options out there. I recommend you pick up the phone or you click below and you contact us today because you're not going to know whether or not you can purchase a home until you speak to a lender and get pre-approved. Third and final reason, sometimes you're stuck in a lease, right? Well, here's the deal. A lot of these lease contracts actually have a termination clause for you to be able to purchase a home and get out of the lease agreement. So if you're stuck in a lease and that's the reason why you're not buying your home, well, there's a lot of different regulations out there that allow you to get into a home even though you're currently renting. Hopefully I covered everything you need to know about buying your next home. Again, just going to go over the things that you're going to get when you contact us today. You're going to get the best lenders that are going to help you get pre-approved. You're going to get the best closing attorneys, the best home inspectors, the greatest team of realtors, and my best selling book. Thank you so much for staying to the very end. For your free copy of my #1 national best-selling book, just check your email. Again, if you have any questions, it's time to get started. Fill out the information below and contact us today. We look forward to working with you and helping you get into your next home.